प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है कि as Python version upgrades, as NumPy, pandas upgrades, all of these compatibilities becomes issue. You open high, low, close, last traded price and spread off like 5 levels. Hey guys, welcome to QuantLab. QuantLab में आपका स्वागत है. So what I decided to do was a small series on introduction to Python. We did a webinar some time back and here's a detailed deep dive into the video series. Basically what we have done to begin with is we have taken the download of the data. We have calculated the moving averages as Pratham explained. Then there's RSI, then there are Bollinger Bands. And then what we are doing here is defining the signal generation step, which is 1 minus 1 for buy and sell. And then there are additional columns or additional conditions based on RSI and Bollinger Bands. And they do the same 1 and minus 1, which is buy and sell. Yeah, back to you, Pratham. So we are initializing the signal here as we talked, and then the code there is to backtest. What is backtesting? It's basically taking the strategy, adding a bunch of parameters, and the parameters could be how much cash I'm starting, how much shares I want to hold, what's my position sizing strategy, what's my risk management strategy, are there some dates which I don't want to do, like Mondays nahi karna, etc. What is the broker commission that's gonna come out? So yeah, those kind of things are important to factor in. So we are taking care of that, and then based on that we are backtesting. And backtesting basically is once you have a strategy, you are going back in time and then you are running that. Okay. Then there are a bunch of performance metrics to each his own. Here we are using daily returns. Then we are looking at total returns. Then we are looking at annualized returns, maximum drawdown, Sharpe ratio, which is assuming a risk-free rate of 0%. That's not true. You can actually tweak that up. So, and based on that, you are seeing these returns. Now, these returns are not significant. I think the intention here is to explain that the process and not the strategy. So the strategy is kind of giving you some hints. The strategy should give you a hint as to how easy it is to code it out, like literally about 5-10 lines of code. And here if you see the RSI and Bollinger Bands are also calculated by hand. We can, like by hand as in raw calculation, if we use TA-Lib, the number of lines would reduce. So the intent here is to show you how easy it is to arrive at a strategy, to do a backtesting for it. Now this does not imply that there is no complexity involved in stock selection, finding the strategy, finding the right analysis, and you shouldn't look at these numbers in terms of return. But the point is that you should be able to understand that with a little bit of code you can automate a lot of things. Alright. Finally, what we are trying to show you is the trading strategy and the performance around it. So the plot portfolio values, plot scatters, etc., etc. So this is how it looks. Now you are seeing literally a blur line here, which is like green, red. These are actually buy signal and sell signals. Unfortunately for this strategy, too many signals are generated. And maybe what we can do is, if we let's say adjust it, let's say make this a little more tight, let's 25. I don't know if this is gonna change anything significantly, but maybe it generates lesser number of signals. No, it did not. Do you know, Pratham, what would influence the number of signals in this?
Signals is
some parameter that, okay, fine.
I have to look at the code for that.
Okay, fair enough. So if you see based on some parameter change, the returns also changed. What I was trying to get to is that if you adjust your strategy, you can make it more sensitive or less sensitive, depending on, are you somebody who wants to do a lot of trades or less trades. Then the up line is also, the blue line is also showing you the portfolio value as to what's the portfolio value for this strategy. Again, there are better libraries out there. For example, I can show you something like backtesting.py, which is something which which is something I highly recommend. Again, videos are lying on my channel. Please take a look at it. This is a great library. You can get some visualization like this, which is very similar to what I'm showing, but much more neater. Here you see the volume information here, the trades here. It shows you its SMA 3, SMA 10 and 20. Then it shows you the profit loss and the buy sell, and then it shows you the equity curve and the maximum duration and the drawdown, etc. So you can get to these kind of visualizations very quickly. Like literally this is the code that generates the bottom one, and this is just a sample library. There are a lot of libraries like this which you can take a look at. Alright, now the intent of this exercise as a bonus was to show you things end to end, how we started with simple programming in variables and how we ended up with a trading strategy. All right. Please subscribe if you are interested to see more content like this. I talk regularly about technology, investments and trading, how to bring AI into this space and all of that. Every code that I shared is published in the member community. There are a lot of interesting discussions, webinar happening out there. Please do check that out. If you have liked my content, please subscribe, like it, share it. Put in a comment if you are specifically interested in a topic. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.